Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about how to ask for a date. More for in-person situations, so when you go to an event and you met someone really cool and you want to go on a date with them, or a colleague that you've gotten to know over some time and you want to see if you can go down the romantic route. I'll be going over how to ask them out without sounding desperate, being a creep, crossing any boundaries, or just scaring her away. Right? So to go over this, I'm going to go over the situations. There's only really two situations in which you'll transition, and I'll tell you how and kind of what to say. So the first situation is when you coldly meet someone. So this could be at a coffee shop, it could be at an event, like a networking event. It could be at a mutual friend's party, whatever it is. It's any situation where you just met that person. You've probably been only talking for 5 to 10 minutes, but you already find her attractive and you want to see if you can, date her. So how do you ask for the date? The first thing is you don't, right? So what I mean by that is you don't want to jump to the date because she doesn't know you yet. I'm telling you, I've seen it so many times. I host my own meetup groups, by the way, and I've seen it where men will just, within 5 minutes of talking to the girl, say, hey, I want to take you out. You want to go out with me, or I want to take you on a date? Do you want to go for coffee sometime? And I can see it in the ladies' eyes where they're just really taken aback because it's normally always pretty abrupt when that kind of question comes up. And because a woman doesn't really know you that well, to already commit and agree to a date so fast, it causes just a lot of hesitancy and she's just unsure. So a lot of the times you'll either receive a no, or you'll receive an iffy, maybe yes kind of an answer. And many times the ladies will ghost because they're just so uncertain, they're not sure. So instead of asking for the date, the best way is to let her know that you want to continue to get to know her more. And if she would be willing to exchange contact to do so, right? You just want to get to know her more. That also allows her to get to know you more. Then after some texting, after a week or so, that's when you'll ask for a date. Because hopefully during that kind of exchange, she would have learned more about you so that she's comfortable to say yes to meeting up with you, right? And I say contact information because I will say the best contact to give, if you have it, is any social media, like Instagram. Because a woman wants to kind of see who you actually are. And Instagram gives a pretty good layout of who you are, what you enjoy. And it also proves you're a real person that doesn't seem like, you're a murderer or something like that. So once again, if you meet someone coldly, you can just directly say, and also acknowledge that you've enjoyed the conversation. It's very important to acknowledge and then say you want to get to know them more. So when I say acknowledge, I mean saying, look, I've had a really great conversation with you. I'm gonna go because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I just feel like we really vibed, or I really like your energy, and I'm curious, like, I want to continue to get to know you more even outside of this. Like, would you be open to exchanging contact? And that's that, right? That way, you're not just saying, hey, by the way, I want to get to know you more in the middle of your conversation. That, once again, is abrupt. Anything abrupt will always lead to hesitancy for a lady. So just make sure you give a reason, you acknowledge, and then you ask her if you'd be willing to kind of continue to get to know each other more. All right? So the second situation is if it's like a colleague. Or maybe a friend, but that's kind of a different situation, so I kind of don't want to talk about that when you're trying to ask a friend out. But for colleagues, usually they're still new, right? You've gotten to know them maybe over a couple of weeks. You find her interesting. You're not really friends, but you can see that there is interest there. There's enough conversation or connection there for you to want to take it further. So the best way to do this is, hopefully, if you see each other in person, like at a event, you know how work has happy hour events, even on Zoom they have events, you can either chat with her or online, or you could in person tell her that, once again, kind of similar to the first thing I was saying, first situation, is first you want to acknowledge. You want to acknowledge, hey, I've been getting to know you for the last couple of weeks. We keep bumping into each other and having lunch. It's been really fun, and I'm curious, if you would want to go out sometime. That's it. I would be curious if you want to go out with me sometime. Or making it direct, I want to take you out, outside of here, outside of these lunches. I feel like there's this connection here and I want to get to know you more outside of work. Would you be open to that? Right? And usually at this point, if you feel she has any sort of hesitancy, it's usually because it's work. So people have rules with work, right? If they would date someone at work or date a colleague. So always know that you want to pad that kind of transition by saying, oh, don't worry, like I'm not already asking you to be my girlfriend or anything like that. I just want to connect with you outside of work. And I promise you, like, if anything, if you feel like I'm not a cool person, I'm not gonna make it awkward. I promise you. By saying that, it really reassures her that if it was weird when you guys go out, you're not gonna be awkward about it and you will be honest and that you will communicate that with her. That is that. But being direct and saying, I want to take you out, I want to get to know you more outside of work, or I want to take you out on a date because there's so much about you that I already really enjoy and I want to see where that goes further. Be direct, guys. That's really it. I know it's scary, but once again, it will not scare her away if you acknowledge. You always acknowledge first why you're even bringing this up. So you do want to say why you like her or why you enjoy the interactions with her. Acknowledge it and then be direct and say, either I want to get to know you more, I want to take you out, I want to get to know you more outside of this workplace. Would you be open to that? And just ask that question and then take it from there. All right? That's it. Acknowledge and be direct. It's only weird and awkward when you don't provide any reason or you jump the gun and you're like, hey, let's go out, and make it a statement too. All right? So that's that for this video. I hope that helps you guys, and I'll see you at the next one.